Among our travels yesterday, which I will share in another video, we stopped at this little cemetery in the town in upstate New York called Thurman, and it's right by another town called Stony Creek. And I had previously done a lot of ancestry research and knew that there was relatives in this area, so I thought maybe they would be buried in a local little old cemetery. So I told my husband to look for a few last names, and right away he found Aldrich and Frost, which are my family names that are in my history. Now, I'm sure these are not the exact ones, but they might be cousins, brothers or sisters of my direct lineage. But I'm going to research that and see, but there were definitely Frosts and Aldriches, so they have to be related somehow. This is obviously a really old cemetery, and I'm not sure when the last person was buried, but the earliest birth of any of these was 1783, and that's going to be on the headstone you'll see at the very end of this. But it was just a really nice little cemetery, and I got to see actual relatives' graves. It's too bad they disintegrate a little bit. Some of them you couldn't read any of the writing on, and I know that has to do with the material used, granite versus marble and things like that. But this is a Frost, Enos Frost, I've actually heard, and Larkin as a woman married into the Frost family. I remember that name in my research. So this was just a really cool thing. If you ever are out and about, check out an old cemetery. Some of the headstones are really ornate or interesting, and some of it is really sad because you see there's children, a lot of children buried in these old cemeteries. But check out your ancestry, go see the cemeteries where they might be buried. It's just kind of a fun activity to do. I was happy to see there was a flag on the one. I'm sure that was just put there on Memorial Day, but it's good somebody's keeping up this cemetery. It's well kept, and it's just right by the side of a main road. It's really pretty. When my husband and I are doing day trips, we often will see little cemeteries by the side of the road and stop and just look around. It's really fascinating to see some of the stories that are put on them, or just to look for the oldest headstone in a cemetery, or the oldest birth like this one.